Can we just get to WrestleMania already? Because what Roman Reigns and CM Punk did was incredible. And you know very well that I'm going to talk about this. So if you guys are living under a rock, last Saturday at the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns won the 2026 Royal Rumble match. And bro did not waste any time, as CM Punk was his choice to face at WrestleMania. So here I thought we were going to wait until after the Elimination Chamber so that Roman Reigns can make his choice. Because I don't know, Drew McIntyre might defend the title at the Elimination Chamber, and then CM Punk could defend his title too. But nah, this Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns was scheduled to be on the show, and he did not waste any time, like I said earlier, as he chose CM Punk. So it begins as Roman Reigns is the first one to come out, and then he tells Philadelphia, which is where they were, to acknowledge him. So then he says, "It's no secret that we have ups and downs in Philadelphia. Here, I won my first WWE Championship. On my daughter's birthday, by the way. But I also lost my last WWE title here. It was a different situation. I won my first Rumble here." And then the crowd started to boo a little bit. You know, some people do remember, but then some people just want to forget about it. But then Roman Reigns acknowledged the boos, and then he said, "Oh, it was worse than that." So then he continues and says, "Well, since I won the Rumble, and the next night, we're here in Philly. So I have a decision to make. The question is whether I'm going after the title that I made." And then the crowd started booing. And then Roman asked the crowd, "So you're saying that I should not go after Drew McIntyre? Or do you guys want me to go after CM Punk?" And then that's where the crowd started cheering. So then, speak of the devil, CM Punk comes out. So then, this was pretty funny. CM Punk is face to face with Roman Reigns. But then, he just goes towards the camera, and then he's sending a message to Finn Balor, who attacked Punk last week when he had his match with AJ Styles, who unfortunately retired at the Royal Rumble. So Punk says, "Finn Balor, I heard what you said. You don't think you're a bad guy? But just know that I am the baddest guy, and when I get my hands on you, you're gonna get it." And then while this was happening, this man, Roman Reigns, this dude is so confused. This dude is a meme. Did you just bump your head or something? You interrupting me when you're talking about Finn Balor? So then Punk tells Roman, "Did I interrupt you? That's funny because you are a visitor here on Monday Night Raw. You must have thought that this was SmackDown, but no, this is Monday Night Raw. This is Netflix, and I'm the champ, and I run things here." So Punk tells everybody in the crowd, "What would you rather see, Drew McIntyre or CM Punk?" Obviously for Drew McIntyre, they started booing, but for CM Punk, they started cheering. "Well, I already know what you're gonna pick, so go ahead, take the easy way out. Pick Drew McIntyre." So then Roman says, "Hold on a second. I don't like the guy, but you talking crazy. You saying that Drew McIntyre is the easy way out? And hey, Phil," he calls him Phil, which is his real name, Phil Brooks, CM Punk, "Drew McIntyre is 4 times bigger than you. And I'm pretty sure last time I recall, you guys were fighting over a plastic bracelet?" Yes, that entire feud was about a bracelet. And yes, it was very important for CM Punk. It had AJ Lee's name on it, and it had Larry's name on it. Rest in peace, Larry. And Punk lifts his left hand, and he notices, yeah, he's wearing it. So Punk says, "Careful, because when I was done with him, they ran out of stables to put his dumbass back together. You might have beaten him many times, but I beat him in the most dangerous match possible, Hell in a Cell." So then Roman says, "Take a number. I've beaten him 3 years straight." So Punk claps back, "Yeah, you. And how many of your cousins beat Drew?" What did CM Punk say before? "Careful." And Roman Reigns said the same thing. And just remember, we're the only reason we are here today. We're the only reason why you have a show and a company to work with. So Punk says, "You really believe that? Philly, you really believe this? And you know what? You think that you're the reason why we're in the spotlight, and you know what? Yeah, you're sort of right. Because you manipulated your cousins and your family. Think that you're some sort of messiah, holding things up sky high, but all you've been doing is holding things hostage. This isn't ESPN. I heard what you said on Pat McAfee show. You say that your quarter vacations help you, and then you say that nobody stepped up to take that spotlight while you're gone? Nobody has followed your footsteps. Many years ago, I was champion for 434 days with Paul Heyman by my side. Does that sound familiar? Because you ran it and you took it. You followed my footsteps. And you were what? 1,316 days as champion? Congratulations, but newsflash, just because you were longer doesn't mean that it makes you better. So you call yourself a box office bona fide Wrestlemania main eventer. So you earn a right to call your shot. And you could just show up when you want. I appreciate that. But I'm not mad at it. You choose to be a part-timer. And I choose to go to 10 countries in 3 weeks. So then he names countries and cities like Toronto, London, countries like Germany, Poland, Scotland. I choose to be a fighting champion, just like I brought you along with the rest of the Shield. You chose to follow my footsteps. And guess what, Tribal Chief? I'm proud of you. But you got a decision to make. 2 mountains that you gotta climb. One is super easy to beat, but one I can guarantee you can't touch him because he's the best in the world. So Roman says, let's get one thing straight. You're making all these towns because you took a 10-year vacation. I've been trying to get in as much as possible too. And the second thing, I learned from you? And then this dude starts laughing. And then he continues and says, you think I learned from you? The only thing I learned from you is what not to do. Let's get one thing straight, Phil. You wouldn't be here without me. 2 years ago, or whenever they signed you back, who did they ask? Me. I made the promise to Paul, and I kept it. And I did the best I could. I really did. But I will never forgive you 10 years ago or so when you were in your little buddy's podcast making my life hell. And then you come back and what do? You take my wise man away from me. You try to brainwash my cousins, and then you try to brainwash me. Because at War Games, I shook your hand like a man. What were we saying? Z-Bros or some stupid shit like that. And to my surprise, ladies and gentlemen, they did not censor that at all. Oh, I love Netflix. Nah, I shook your hand like a man, but then what do? You mock me in my back, walking up to the back like I'm some sort of young boy. Well, guess what? I made my choice. I could pick you because you're the biggest star around. Yeah, I could pick you because we're on Netflix. You're on the best show. Yes, I could. But no, I picked you because I hate you. I always hated you. And WrestleMania is going to be the best day of my life because in the main event, I am going to make sure that you acknowledge me. Come on, man. If that doesn't get you hyped up for WrestleMania, then I don't know what will. This back and forth, face-to-face promo with Punk and Reigns, promo of the year so far, in my honest opinion. This main event is for sure going to feed generations. You know, how like those cool kids say on the internet. But oh my goodness, this got me hyped for WrestleMania. And it did, man, so good. But I want to know from you guys, what did you guys think of this segment? What did you think of this week's Monday Night Raw? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tap the notification bell for more videos. Follow me on Twitter at @EthanSoyShow. And I'll see you in the next one. Woo! Can't wait for WrestleMania.